Hey everybody, it's Kurt, the arborist, owner operator Cochran Tree Care. Just wanted to put out some thoughts here on some of the challenges we have as small business owners in regards to getting paid for our time and our knowledge and our skill and expertise. And basically, I think we should be getting away from doing free quotes as quickly as possible. I know you can't start up a tree company or any business probably and just start charging for consultations with lack of experience and that sort of thing. So that has to be built up. But there is a point, hopefully as quickly as possible, that you can realize that your time is worth something. And this includes a lot of quotes. So this all started, and it's kind of a triggering thing for me, but I just did a request for someone that lives west of our town. It's about 25 minutes out of town in this summer village. So obviously travel there and back. And I've been out there many times before, and there's lots of big old gnarly trees. It's not straightforward like prune my front yard deciduous tree type work, which we often do from photos. Like in town here, people will send us a photo of their tree and it says directly on our Jobber software system, shout out to Jobber, that people can select a line item if they want to consult, they want pruning removals, whatever. It already shows us kind of what they're looking for. And it's a bit of a filter, right? They have to go through the system, and if they're not willing to take the time to put in their name and their address and all this kind of stuff, it filters out those people already, right? They're looking for the quick free quote and they're sending it out to hundreds of people, right? So that's already a barrier for entry for business with us. On top of that, it kind of primes them that if they're looking for a consult, assessment, diagnosis, all this kind of thing, that there's probably going to be a cost associated to it. It doesn't say it directly, but we do charge for those, okay? And that means me going on site and taking time and giving them my undivided attention on and listening to their needs. Sometimes it is straightforward and simple and it's basically a quote. And sometimes, I'm spending an hour and a half talking about regenerative ecosystems and planning and all this kind of stuff, which, definitely is worth the money in my opinion. So anyways, 25 minutes out of town, I get this request and it's for multiple lots out there. It's me and I got trees and there's dead limbs over our house and our neighbors, they want some work and this other neighbor wants some work and they're not here and blah, blah. From the initial request, like there's a ton of logistics involved. Like I'm going to have to meet and talk about these trees to multiple different people. And when they're all there at once, they all have different questions. It's multiple invoices. It's complexity, right? And this takes time. It takes mental energy for us to do this and a ton of administration. And I know it's emailing back and forth multiple times. So yeah, we charge for this. I'm sorry, there's also travel time out there, right? Sorry, I don't work for free, right? But it's amazing how many people think that you're going to come out there for free. So I get this text back from them asking how they can move forward with the consultation because I gave them a call and I was like, you know what, we need to book a consultation. And I say it neutrally, right? I don't ever get offended or anything right off the bat. I'm just I know it sounds like I'm offended because I'm kind of fired up right now, but I'll tell them, it takes time, it's complex. And even in the line item description that I have on our quotes, again, it filters them out because it explains what a consult is and what circumstances it's used for. And that usually drops any questioning. It smooths up our process. They just hit approve, we book it, we go out there. But in this case, I get this text back and it's, so are you going to remove the cost of the consult if we choose to go through with you like every other contractor out there? Or is this just a freebie for you? This is the text I get back, right? That triggers me. Boys, come. Walking the dogs. So I have two options. Swallow my pride and just say, yes, no problem. It'll come off the eventual invoice because I know it's going to be, a large invoice or multiple because of all this work. And we literally just make up our own invoices in Tree World based on time and risk and all this kind of stuff. But $150 or whatever it is we're charging for a consult could just get pulled off of there, no problem. We could even inflate the cost if we wanted to take it off. So it's all disguised. No one cares. They feel better. They think they're getting a deal. Yes. Or do I let the filtration process continue and stand up for our philosophy and stuff I believe in. And this is why I'm reaching out to you guys, what you think, and write back and say, these consults, they take time. It's based upon some years of experience that I've gained through the industry. There's time to drive out there. Like, do I have to state the obvious to these people? I feel like I shouldn't have to, but my point here being also is that I encourage you to incorporate some sort of filtration for these clients, because this is a red flag for me, like right off the bat, before we even go down the road of starting to get quotes approved and do work. And it's not a red flag that I can't mitigate yet, because there is multiple people, and it was his wife that originally reached out. It's not just him. He's not the single point of contact yet, as I know. But when there's comments like this and lack of respect for me personally, who does the consults, because my business is kind of framed around me as this expert, it's kind of how I sell it, and that my time is valuable, and if they're not willing to respect that and they want me to be a yes man, which kind of ties into the last recent YouTube video I just put out about arborists versus being a tree cutter, and a tree cutter being, in my opinion, a bit more of a yes man, just come out here, I need these trees removed, and you're like, yeah, okay, $2,000, boom, get it done, slay the dragon, fire up the chipper, away we go, end of relationship, right? Whereas I'm trying to build education into our profession, be this bridge between the tree and the homeowner, offer them advice, take a little more time, and build a long-term relationship with them. And it's working out fantastically for us. We have repeat business with all of these people over and over again. And it's almost to the point here that I'm hoping we won't have to do any more advertising, because we just have repeat customers that sustain our business. Okay, I think that's the long-term goal. Obviously, when you're brand new, starting out, you just need jobs. So it kind of comes down to, is your priority earning money because you're not going to keep your business going and you need to do these free quotes? You have the time, you don't have enough business that you can literally go out there, spend time on social media, interact in these Facebook groups with your community, go on site, be in person, spend an hour with them talking about their trees, and hopefully get that job. Like, that's some stuff you have to do in the beginning to get that work and to get your name out there, right? But once you have a business going, after a year or two, you're established, you got to get away from that, right? Like, it hurts the whole industry as well. But I mean, it is what it is. It's really hard for me to let that kind of stuff go, because I am competitive, and they could easily call another company, which they probably will, and they'll probably go out there and do a free quote and waste an hour of their day doing it. Like, it might not be a waste if they get the job in the end, but you add this up over time, going on site and doing a free quote for a pruning that turns into an hour discussion about what's healthy, what's not, what should I plant, what's your ideas. Like, it's just question and answer period for an hour, and you're not getting paid. Like, it's going to hurt your business. You're not going to have enough time for this. Okay, so it's great if you're like me and you're passionate about that, and that you can enjoy doing those things, have other employees on the tools, doing the work and the labor, and allow yourself to have more time to interact with your community, which I love doing. But I mean, we're in it for business as well, and there's no reason why you can't have a good, sustainable business that benefits not only yourself and your family, your community, the homeowner, and the tree. Like, everyone can win if you balance it the right way. So that's my 2 cents. What do you guys think? Should I send back that email and or that message and defend ourselves and see what happens if I could establish my dominance as an expert over trees, and that my time is valuable and that they got to pay, potentially losing this quote or this opportunity? Could be like a $5,000 job, I don't know. But or do I let it go and just say, yeah, we'll incorporate it in there, and then string it along a little bit longer? But I mean, like I said, the red flag of these people is that this isn't the only time this is going to happen. Throughout the process, before we finish the job, there's usually more complaints, more questions, more butting heads. They don't respect our opinion on certain things, and it's just an uncomfortable experience. Often takes a lot more time in administration, and I'm not saying it will happen for sure, but we've done this enough times that if people aren't willing to I don't want to say submit, but I used the word dominance earlier. But if they're not willing to go through our process and respect our profession, my knowledge base, and how we do things, we have this luxury now of being in business long enough that they're just not the right client for us, okay? You need to fire your clients that don't align with you and your philosophy, and review that and remember, what are the things that are valuable to me and my business? It's your business. Like, you started it for you. You do what you want. And if you're good at it, market it well enough, there's customers that align with your business model. Don't bend your business for other people, okay? That's how you get lost in the rat race of just trying to make money and be a yes man. Before you know it, you're a tree cutter again. So one other thing I don't like is when people tell you, and think about this too. This is a big long rant, by the way, but think of yourself as the homeowner, and when you call in contractors and stuff as well, come do work for you, and how you feel as an arborist, or when you go on site and talk to these people. Like, do you like it when people call you up, make a request and say, hey, make sure your price is cheap, and by the way, I'm getting a variety of quotes? Like, when they start threatening you that they're going to go and talk to other people, it's like, good for you. Of course, you have the right to go get a million quotes. I assume you're going to, unless you already believe and invest in our business and you have good referral, that kind of thing, which is great. But like, to threaten me that you're going to go and get a bunch of quotes to try and put me in a state of fear, like that I need to bend my bottom line to make it as cheap as I can for you just so I can get that work, like, give me a break. You're getting charged more, honestly. I'll do less for you. Like, the clients that we get that are easy to deal with, you know, and I know they're trying to psychologically massage me a little bit with, you know, when you're on site and it's like, oh yeah, we come inside, you know, if you need to use a bathroom, go in there. Like, do you guys want anything to drink? Do you want a coffee? Like, all these things that we're most likely just going to say no to. Like, yeah, but they're being kind and they're being respectful and they give us the space to do it, and they listen when we talk to them and do our walkarounds about the work we've done. And like, those are the clients we want, okay? And those are the clients that when they say, hey, there's this one extra branch, I'll pay for it right away. They say, I'll pay for it, no problem. Like, can you just add that on if you have time? Only if you have time, I'm sorry. It's like, yeah, no problem. And we're going to do it. And we're probably not going to charge you anything because you're nice. But the people that try and get us when we're on site and try and squeeze out a little extra work for my employees, especially when I'm not there because they think they can get away with it, and tack on other things, or, you know, pretend things are a bit confusing and ambiguous on the quotes. Like, don't get me wrong. If somebody doesn't want to pay their bill, they don't have to pay their bill. There's nothing I'm going to do to chase them down. Like, we build our business on trust and honesty and that sort of thing. Like, so anyways, I'm just trying to filter out those clients and think about how you want to be treated as an arborist on site and how you deal with your customers, and treat other contractors like that. It's going to save you money and you're going to get better work from them in the end if you're just nice and not an asshole. Okay? All right. Let me know your thoughts if you're watching this. Kurt the Arborist, Cochrane Tree Care.